For breaking news, go to iDiskiTimes.co.za. iDiskiTV powered by World Sports Betting, iDiskiTimes.co.za. Orlando Pirates are joint top with Mamelodi Sundowns. It's 25 points after 11 games, and Pirates have one game in hand. I want to say, with the temptation that, ladies and gentlemen, we have ourselves a title race. It's been a long time since last season where these two teams were next to one another, and finally they are properly next to one another. Same number of points, with Pirates with a game in hand. Complicated game for Orlando Pirates here. Not an easy win. Very good game plan for coach Vusumuzi Vilakazi. Lindo Pep, our analyst, what do you make of the game, sir?
Shapkunjan, Mr. Nkeu?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Tingulisi technical team ngarang bulisu Chasta. Makali season, Mr. Nkeu. When you Orlando Pirates, you were the first two games. Mina no two. No Shane Motwin. Beskar, look, it's going to be a very long season watching one team.
You're killing our title race.
Yeah, we are killing it. Every time Cesar M7 we have to praise one team. Congratulations, you know. But other than that, for me, these are the games that put the Orlando Pirates as title contenders. Number one, Mr. Nkeo, very happy to see Urile Mfukeng back on the pitch. Very happy to see the three-man midfield. It's the three-man midfield that we were all anticipating. And also we are expecting that the Orlando Pirates uses Wayumbata has a long shot outside the box. He likes playing those line-breaking passes. Umbule, we know what he can provide in terms of creativity. Creativity lives in freedom, Mr. Nkeu, as well as Unemta Jela, box-to-box midfield. In the first half, in my opinion, even though I was happy with the midfield, I was not happy with the two midfielders, which is Umbule and Unemta Jela. I thought that in terms of penetration, in terms of creativity, they were not finding the passes that they were looking for. But in Jobangisho, Mr. Nkeu, Usipo China in the second half makes a crucial save. I want to speak about Usipo China. He knew that when you play against Chippa United, Makesi, there's 3 big saves he has to make. He has to come to the party. Every big club, every team that wins the league has a goalkeeper that makes 3 big saves in each and every game. And for me, the saves that he makes, it's a big save that he makes, and he wins 3 points for Orlando Pirates. Goalkeepers play a crucial role, more especially when you want to win the league, Mr. Nkeu. More especially when in games, and that's why the league is important. The league is important for these reasons. The league is important because Iakbonis that you play in different conditions, you play in different days. Sometimes Udala Wednesday, sometimes Udala Saturday. And having to deal with those, having to find solutions. How do we win when it's raining? How do we find solutions when it's hot, when it's too windy? And that's why the league is the pinnacle. That's why the league is the apex. And games like this are games where when you're watching Orlando Pirates, you are saying to yourself, they might not have played well. Yes, in the first half, they were technically, they would find each other. They tried to break central. They tried to break from wider areas. Umbutuma, they tried to find him deep crosses where Umremi finds him with a pinpoint pass. Apolis, the very same thing. But Mawata Cheka, Mr. Nkeu, overall, from a performance perspective, it's not a performance that you can say, Orlando Pirates played exceptionally well. No, they played the way they needed to play. They defended the way they needed to defend. Another thing maybe that we can speak about the coaching point was, in the first half, these are things that Sibisi and the technical team need to anticipate. You realize that you're playing with a bully of a striker. Seema, it's his first season. Don't make him uncomfortable. Always bring out the best in each other. When we work with each other, we try and bring out the best in each other. Sure. Your experience, you're an international player. He's an international player himself. He wants to bully the boy. Last season, or 2 seasons ago, I'm expecting Sibisi to take the responsibility. Other than that, they gave each keeper 0 chances. Now, you Orlando Pirates, if we are genuinely being honest.
Just on that point of Sibisi, Seema, I agree with you in spirit about that point, that the senior player must protect the younger player. Although, of course, some sevens and so on, but of course, if you want to win, we must help each other. Yeah. I also do think that Sibisi was scared of whoever. That's the thing. So he's not going to take that responsibility if he's actually scared. It's my reading of that situation that he is actually scared of him.
As Mr. Nkeu, there was a period where ngimbona baleka kancane ayekela lentwana ukuthi idile nayo, and then kunala ibhola libounce awusiyema limshaya ngebounce, and immediately makabona uEvanga he wants to kick it away, and Usipo China free. In my thinking is Sibisi, the Sibisi we saw last year, because of receiver la bola linika Sibisi, but he makes that error and he creates the opportunity for Chippa United, and they should have scored. They should have scored that goal. But for me, overall, Mangatia Cheka, it's a game that lacked opportunities. Even like Orlando Pirates, let's be honest, they created half opportunities. Umbule took shots outside the box. Nemta Jela, they took shots outside that space. Umuremi is the only player, in my opinion, that played an effective game. He was very effective. Decision-making let the boy down. But Mangata Cheka, in overall performance, not every action in football is perfect. The boy tried from the left-hand side to go out. He tried to cut in. He tried to take shots. Maybe things were not happening. Maybe things were not connecting. Umbutuma as well. I felt like the front three was far away from each other. I felt like Urile is too far away. I felt like Ngatum Remina is too far away. Even the 2 midfielders. So those 4 are taking the creative department, the Orlando Pirates, in the first half, second half. it felt a little bit ngati they are out of place, but also considering the fact that they haven't been playing for a very long time.
Yeah.
Which is the chemistry between the players. For me, there was something cutting at league in Orlando Pirates, but that's a normal league game. You watch the teams that sometimes win the league; they don't always play
Not
well.
every game will
Not
be
every game will be perfect.
Yeah, let's look at the game through the eyes of Vosumuzu Vilakazi. He's got a team that's number 16. It's called Chippa United. It's a team that's known to fire and hire coaches.
Yeah.
Through his eyes, what did he want to achieve today? What did he achieve today?
Yeah, it's a team that concedes a lot of goals. So he's got a very simple basic tactical principle that he has to work on. Fix the base of the team, fix the spine of the team, ensure that you've got a solid goalkeeper who has long positioning, because going into Orlando Stadium, the first thing that you tell your goalkeeper as a goalkeeper coach is that you're going to have to make saves. You're going to have to be important in wider areas. You have to come out. You have to make sure that you are very aware. Defensive, Labo Fasika, they had to make sure that they give Mbutuma absolutely nothing. In midfield, they played with a compact block. Bachegubo, go wide, bring in a cross. We've got tall defenders. We've got a goalkeeper who's very fantastic in terms of anticipator. I'll catch it, but it's a very simple thing, Mr. Nkeo. He played with Evanga. He wanted to use the Stransaga Evanga to say, target to see him, bully him. Umatros, first half, maybe let's say, the first half, he was very good. And Mr. Nko, football has a way of telling great stories. The boy had so many injuries at Orlando Pirates. Yes, sometimes you want to see a goal where he plays. For me, you judge him based on that, on assist, on goals. But in terms of performance today, with that left foot, was exceptional in terms of helping Chippa United at least to push 5 meters up the pitch. In terms of effectiveness in the final third, for sure, 0. But in terms of helping the team in between our box, I think he played his role.
He was inspired.
He was very inspired, Mr. Nkeo. The captain as well, in my opinion, Usiabi, because you mentioned something very important. Orlando Pirates played a lot of diagonal balls. A lot. I think also they anticipate.
The first 25 minutes, it was from right back to left wing. There
was so much congestion in midfield. And Uvusi understood that I cannot sacrifice the midfield. They've got special players who can pick a pass, who can shoot from distance. So there were too many diagonal balls. The first pass or the first progressive pass comes from deep. And for me, sometimes they move the ball a little bit slow, which made it easier at times for Chippa United because they had 11 men behind the ball with those two players attacking. And then Usitole on the right-hand side, sometimes Baswap and Figueiredo. Sometimes Figueiredo would cheat, sometimes Angene Ngapaga to Stole. But from a tactical perspective, because he lost the game, obviously the game plan, we would say it didn't work. But from a performance perspective, there's a lot of positives. From a defensive, going into Orlando Stadium, making it difficult for Orlando Pirates, I think that's a positive. I think the performance of Azola Matros is a positive. I think the performance Seema is a positive. So he can build from this performance. I think going into Orlando Stadium is a difficult game for anyone. I think he can chin up a little bit as a head coach, motivate the boys in the dressing room, and look forward for the next fixture.
Finally, the league will look much better for Orlando Pirates. 25 points with Sundowns. It will look much better for them.
Yeah, the league looks better for Orlando Pirates. This time around, they've got enough time to rest. Every game is a final for Orlando Pirates. Expecting them to win each and every...
Not in the Champions League, good point. Not in the Champions League. If you want to go for it, you can go for it.
Another thing, Mr. Nkeo, they've got less games to play this season, which is a positive for them. They're in the final, which is a confidence booster. The critical phase, the one thing that we need to talk about at Orlando Pirates is the creative department. Mr. Nkeo, to win the league, you need Tito, even when he's not playing, the next game, if he starts, he needs to pass. If Mbule doesn't play, he needs to pass.
I suppose, just before I let you go, as a sorry to cut your point, there's something we're missing out, which is the potential to play against low blocks in future matches. Today, Pirates are playing against a low block. In future matches, this is going to happen. When you are a Sundowns, when you're playing as a big team, as a number one in the league, you are going to play with people who are defending against you.
That's the biggest
You're going to have to solve that.
That's the biggest credit that they're taking this season. From a tactical evolution perspective, that's the credit as a coach that you're taking. Everyone wants to play in a low block. So now that's why I'm saying the creative department of Orlando Pirates is very important. Those players can, Mr. Nkeo, I need to continue emphasizing this. For them to win the league, they need Utito, Mbule, Rilem Fukeng, Muremi, Apolis to not sulk. Apolis started on the bench. He came on today and he did not sulk even a single once. He came on and he was very lively. I'm expecting the same good Rilem Fukeng. Even now, Utito, the next game, I'm expecting him to pass because now the challenge is they've got enough time to rest, but not every player can play. They score special goals. They've got players that can decide the game anytime. Apolis scores an unbelievable goal. An unbelievable goal on the left-hand side, you'll receive on the left-hand side, you'll care. So you can see the influence from the bench. You can see that the coach is speaking about impact players. Mr. Nkeo, a lie told 1,000 times becomes the truth. The coach emphasizes one thing. You're not a substitute. You're an impact player. I believe it. As an analyst that they're impact players, I'm sure they believe it too.
All right, there you go. Thank you very much, Lindo Pep. That's Orlando Pirates winning at the Orlando Stadium. It was kind of complicated, but eventually they got there. That means then, as they got there, that they get closer to Sundowns. In fact, they are tied on points with Sundowns, and Orlando Pirates have a game in hand. We saw it last season for half the season. Maybe from now here on to the end, we'll see a title race. Unfortunately, these are the last few games of the season until the AFCON break, so there will be like 45 days between matches, between the matches that are going to be played early December, and then somewhere late January we'll see a comeback. iDiskiTV, iDiski Times, we're also sweating.
Shapunjan bafowethu igama lami Lindo Pep, the best analyst in the country. Please don't forget to subscribe to iDiskiTV. Tanko.
This is Bongane Benedict Villagazi, they call me so. Niazi Bafetu, I'm a coach for life, they're back in winning ways. Please, I tell you to subscribe to iDiskiTV.